Good. Good afternoon and welcome to the bid opening for RFB 2706, Network Hardware and Software by Manufacturer. This is Jason Washer and I will be opening the bids, and I'm here with Karen Hill, and she will be recording the bids on BidTech, which you should see on your screen if you have joined us via Teams. I have 0 hard copy submissions and 13 electronic submissions. We will now start the bid opening for RFB 2706. First one, Altez International. Second to download the bid. Amendment 1 and 2 have been recognized. Going through the other documents. Paperwork is in order. Go through the bid documents. Okay. Line item 1. Acumed, there's nothing. I'm just going to read off the line items that they have actually filled in. That'll save some time. Line item 3, 6. Line item 4, 6. Line item 9, 6.5. Line item 10, 6.5. Line item 16, 34. Line item 28, 22. Line item 29, 22. Line item 37, 14. Line item 38, 14. Line item 45, 6.5. Line item 46, 6.5. Line item 47, 27.5. Line item 48, 27.5. Line item 56, 22. Line item 57, 15.5. Line item 58, 22. Line item 59, 18. Line item 60, 18. Line item 61, 18. Line item 62, 18. Line item 70, 29.5. Line item 72, 28.5. Line item 78, 3.5. Line item 83, 3.5. Line item 87, 1.5. Line item 89, 2.5. Line item 90, 3.5. Line item 91, 0.5. Line item 92, 0.5. Line item 103, 48.5. Line item 119, 6.5 plus. The word is spelled out plus, P-L-U-S. Item 138, 1.5. Line item 139, 1.5. Line item 140, 1.5. Line item 141, 1.5. Line item 144, 3.5, and the word plus. Line item 145, 12.5. Line item 147, 1.5. Line item 148, 1.5. Line item 151, 1.5. Line item 152, 1.5. All other fields are blank. I'm just verifying that just to make sure that I didn't. That concludes the electronic submission for all tabs. The next one is a BPS Technologies. They signed the addendum sheet, but did not recognize that it was addendum 1 or 2. They did not put no seal, corporate seal, unless they have one. And that paperwork is in order. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Bids submission for, yes. Verifying because there's a lot of blank spaces here. So, okay, so we jump down to line one, item 114, 114. They have 10%. And for the renewals for software and maintenance, far right column, 4,640 cents.
Yes, 4,640.
4,640. Yes, ma'am. Perfect. That is the only line item filled out by BPS. Includes their submission. Next one is E+ technology. No corporate seal on their waiver of immunity, or not right, no seal. Signature on it in the form, but it doesn't show that they got item one or two. Okay. For E+, starting with line item 6, 32%. Line item 7, 25%. And I'm sorry, we need to go back up to line item 6. I had to move the sheet over a little bit. For support and warranties is 25%. On line 6, line item 6.
All right, but if you have to, it's gonna take a long time because I can't see everything.
Oh, me neither. That's what, I'm sorry.
So you need to tell, if you tell me what column that is.
Oh,
That
the
would be
third one, the
helpful.
support and warranties, yes, right there, yes, ma'am. 25. And then for the next column over, renewals for software, they have 25. Okay, and if you go down, they have to line item 7, it is 25 in the first column, in the third column, support and warranties 25. And then the fourth column, 25. Line item 14, the first column, 4. The fourth column, 4 renewals for software. Okay. Line item. Can you go below your line item 16? Okay, it's just tied into SharePoint security. Where's they have inserted an additional line into line 16.
That's,
Yeah, I can't.
and the additional lines have to be added at the end.
Yes, and so we'll have to highlight that and take care of that at the end. Okay. So for line item 17, first column is 10%. The fourth column is 8.46. Line item 18, the first column is 10%. Fourth column is 10%. Line item 19, first column 36%. Fourth column 10%. Item 20, 10%. Fourth column, 10%. Line item 21, 10 in the first column, 10 in the fourth column. Line item 22, 10 in the first column, 10 in the fourth column. Line item 24, 25 in the first column, in the fourth column, 25. Line item 25, first column 25, fourth column 25. Line item 27, first column 10.5. No other entries for line 27. Line item 31, 10% in the first column, and in the third column, 10.5%. Line item 32, 27.10%, and in the third column, 10.5%. So 42, and then we can see what you have for line 42. That's from 42 to 43. Yep, okay, so those have to be added at the end. Line item 47. First column 40%. Third column 25%. Fourth column 25%. Line item 48. First column 40%. Third column 25%. Fourth column 25%. Line item 98. First column 8%. Line item 104. First column 27%. Fourth column 10%. Line item 136. Ready?
Mhm.
Okay. First column, 9.3%. Fourth column, 9.3%. Line item 142. 4%. First column, fourth column, 4%. You have a line item 154. For their line item 154. Might have to expand the column here for that, or.
I think that we're gonna have to add those after the
Yes, if, yes, because this is for SAS and there are several items that we will have to add into E plus here. They have some additions. So I will, for the time being, we're going to move on and then I'll get the information. All right, so that concludes E plus for the time being. The next one is HPI International. Denim sheet signed. They can fill in one or two, just like the others. Corporate seal, no seal. There. There's. Understood. I got you. They did not sign or the sexual harassment form, certification on sexual harassment. It's not signed or notarized. This, so. Let me see if I can turn this. Okay, are you ready? Yeah.
we're gonna have to go very slow because I can no longer see the line numbers.
Yes, ma'am. We can shrink it down a little bit. Will that help you? The 100%, where it says 100%, slide that over, see if that'll help you maybe see a little bit. Does that help? Can you see the line numbers? I know I don't want it to be too hard for you to see. Okay, I have to read in the stuff, the
You'll
actual
have to read the
description.
actual
Yep.
manufacturer.
Yep.
You read that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, HBI. Starting with line item 5, Apple, iPads, Macs, and other products, 5%. For line item 5, over third column, support and warranties, if applicable, 15%. Line item 56. Line item 56, Hewlett Packard hardware. First column, 1 is the discount of MSRP is 17%. Support and warranties, third column over is 10%. Line item 57. Honeywell scanners. First column, discount, 25%. Third column, supports and warranties, 10%. Line item 90. Microsoft, line item 90, Microsoft Surface accessories, first column, discount for MSRP is 10%. Line item 91, Microsoft Surface tablets, discount of MSRP 19%. Column 3 for support and warranties, 12%. Line item 92, Microsoft Workstation and laptops. First column, discount of MSRP, 15%. Third column, support and warranties, 12%. That concludes the submissions for HPI. Next submission, Hypertech USA Incorporated. No bid. Ideal System Solutions, Inc. No bid. Next submission is the Cambrian Corporation. A minute to download. Missing corporate seal. Okay. Bid submission for line item 1.
Did they sign it?
Yes, I'm sorry. I apologize. Thank you for reminding me. Line item 1, Acumed software. They crossed out discount of MSRP and put percent above landed cost for product group. So we'll put that as a star side note, maybe at the bottom. We'll take that. So line item 1, Acumed software, 5% for the first column. The third column, percent landed above cost. Well, for support and warranties, 5%. And renewals for softwares and maintenance, 5%. Line item 2, Adobe software. First column, percent above landed cost, 5%. Third column, percent above landed cost, 5%. Fourth column, renewals of software for software maintenance, 5%. Line item 3, APC hardware. First column, above landed cost, 5%. Third column, above landed cost, 5%. Fourth column, renewals for software and maintenance, 5%. Line item 4, APC, hardware maintenance and support, percent above landed cost, 5%. Third column, percent above landed cost support and warranties, 5%. Fourth column, renewals for software and maintenance, 5%. No entries for the fifth item. Item 6, Arista Networks hardware, percent landed above landed cost, 5%. Third column, percent above landed cost, 5%. Fourth column, renewals for software and maintenance, 5%. Item number 7, Arista Network software. First column, percent above landed cost, 5%. Third column, percent above landed cost, 5%. Renewals for software and maintenance, 5%. Line item number 8. Go over, Karen. I think I skipped a line here. No, on line item number 7. Apologize. I'm on line item number 7. Arista Networks, correct.
So there's nothing for 5, and then you read 6, and you read 7.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4, skip 5, 6, 7.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the correction. Line item number 8. Asset Works software. Percent above landed cost, 5%. The first column, third column, percent above landed cost, 5%. Fourth column, renewals for software maintenance, 5%. Line item 9, Barracuda, hardware switches, servers, routers, firewalls. Percent above landed cost, 5%. The first column, third column, percent above landed cost, 5%. Fourth column, renewals for software maintenance, 5%. Line item 10, Barracuda cloud software. Column 1, percent above landed cost, 5%. Column 3, percent above landed cost, support and warranties, 5%. Column 4, renewals for software maintenance, 5%. Line item number 11. Beyond Trust, remote and privileges. percent above landed costs, 5%. Column 3, percent above land costs for support and warranties, 5%. And column 4, renewals for software maintenance, 5%. Line item 12, black box network supplies, percentage above landed cost, 5%. First column, third column, percentage above landed cost, support and warranties, 5%. Fourth column, renewals for software and maintenance, 5%. Line item 13, Brightly, mobile 311, percent above landed costs in column 1, 5%. Column 3, percent above landed costs for support and warranties, 5%. Is that right? And fourth column, renewals for software maintenance, 5%. Line item 14, Broadcam / VMware, software support and maintenance. Column 1, percent above landed costs, 5%. Column 3, percent above landed costs, support and warranties, 5%. Column 4, renewals for software maintenance, 5%. Line item 15, Brother hardware, percent above landed costs in column 1, 5%. Percent above landed costs in column 3 for support and warranties, 5%. Renewals and maintenance, software maintenance, 5%. That last one was Brother, correct? That should be line item 50. Make sure that we're on the same page here. I know it's hard. I know. It's a small one. Yes. Good. Thank you. I thought I skipped one. Line item 16.
There's gotta be an issue because they're not on it.
There. Take a look, make sure we're lined up. This is the corporation we're on, right? Yes. So let's go across here and I can see what's here. See, this is actually 24 on this one, but it is Brother is where we need to be. That's 5 and 5 and 5. And this is the, okay. So the next item we should be entering is the C2G cables. Expanded, let's see what the C2G cable looks like.
This one, so then there's gotta be something off.
Okay.
They don't match.
All right, let's go through it real quick, Karen, and see what we can do.
I think that we should proceed and fix them afterwards.
Okay, as long as I concur. Can we at least find the right line that we're right there?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so line 16, items C2G, cables to go, cables, patch, cables, etc. First column, percent above land cost 5%. Percent above land cost. Third column, support and warranties 5%. Fourth column, renewals for software maintenance 5%. Line item 17, which is checkpoint security. software, percentage above landed cost 5%. For the first column, second or third column, percentage above landed cost support and warranties 5%. And renewals for software 5%. Line item 18, Cisco Duo. Percent above landed cost 5%. Column 1. Column 3, percent above landed cost for support and warranties 5%. Column 4, renewals for software 5%. Line item 19, Cisco hardware. Column 1%, above landed cost 5%. Column 3%, above landed cost support and warranties 5%. Column 4, renewals for software maintenance 5%. Okay. Line item 20, Cisco software. Column 1, 5%. Third column, percent above landed cost support warranties 5%. Renewals for software maintenance, fourth column 5%. Next item 21. Cisco switch DNA 5% for the first column. Third column, percent of landed cost support and warranties 5%. Fourth column, renewals for software maintenance 5%. Line item 22, Cisco SmartNet. Hardware, percent above landed cost 5%. Third column, percent above landed cost support and warranties 5%. Fourth column, renewals for software maintenance 5%. Line item 23, content keeper, web filtering hardware and software. Percent above landed cost. Yes, ma'am. Okay, you ready? Line item 23, content keeper, web filtering hardware and software. Percent above landed cost. First column 5%. Third column, percent above landed cost support warranties 5%. Fourth column, renewals for software maintenance 5%. Line item 24, Cradle Point Inc. Hardware, percent above landed cost first column 5%. Percent above landed cost support and warranties third column 5%. Renewals for software maintenance fourth column 5%. Line item 25, Cradle Point Inc. software. Percent above landed cost first column 5%. Percent above landed cost support and warranties third column 5%. Renewal for software maintenance fourth column 5%. Line item 26, DeepNet hardware. Line item first column percent above landed cost 5%. Third column, percent above landed cost support and warranties, 5%. Fourth column, renewals for software maintenance, 5%. Line item 27, Dell hardware. Percent above landed cost, first column, 5%. Percent above landed cost support and warranties, 5%. Fourth column, renewals for software maintenance, 5%. Line item 28, Dell laptops. Percent above landed cost, first column, 5%. Percent above landed cost support and warranties, third column, 5%. Renewals for software and maintenance, fourth column, 5%. Line item 29, Dell PCs. Percent above landed cost, 5%. First column. Percent above landed cost support and warranties, third column, 5%. renewals for software and maintenance, 4 column, 5%. Line item 30, Dell software and maintenance, percent above landed cost, first column, 5%. Percent above landed cost support and warranties, third column, 5%. Renewals for software and maintenance, fourth column, 5%. Line item 31, Dell servers, percent above landed cost, first column, 5%. Third column, percent above landed cost support and warranties, 5%. Renewals for software and maintenance, fourth column, 5%. Line item 32, Dell storage, percent above landed cost, first column, 5%. Percent above landed cost support warranties, third column, 5%. Renewals for software maintenance, fourth column, 5%. Line item 33, Dell switches and network equipment. First column, percent above landed cost, 5%. Third column, percent above landed cost support and warranties, 5%. Fourth column, renewals for software maintenance, 5%. Line item 34, Dell thin clients, W-wide SE, percent above landed cost, first column, 5%. Third column, percent above landed cost support warranties, 5%. Fourth column, renewals for software maintenance, 5%. Line 35, Dell wireless network devices, percent above landed cost, first column, 5%. Percent above landed cost, support and warranties, third column, 5%. Renewals for software and maintenance, fourth column, 5%. Line item 36, DocuSign software. Percent above landed cost, first column, 5%. Percent above landed cost, support and warranties, third column, 5%. Fourth column, software maintenance, 5%. Line 37, Eaton hardware, percent above landed cost, first column, 5%. Percent above landed cost, third column, support and warranties, 5%. Renewals for software and maintenance, fourth column, 5%. Line item 38, Eaton hardware maintenance and support, first column, percent above landed cost, 5%. Third column, percent above landed cost for support and warranties, 5%. Fourth column, renewals for software and maintenance, 5%. Okay, line item 39. Environmental Systems Research Institute software, first column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 40, Epson America hardware, first column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 41, Extra Hub hardware, first column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 42, Extra Hub software, first column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 43, fat pipe hardware. First column, 5%. Third column, support and warranties, 5%. Fourth column, software maintenance, 5%. Line item 44, fat pipe maintenance. First column, 5%. Third column, support and warranties, 5%. Fourth column, software maintenance, 5%. Line item 45, Blue Networks hardware. First column, 5%. Third column, support and warranties, 5%. Fourth column, software maintenance, 5%. Line item 46, Blue Network supplies. First column, 5%. Third column, support and warranties, 5%. Fourth column, renewal software, 5%. Line item 47, Fortinet hardware. First column, 5%. Third column, support and warranties, 5%. Fourth column, renewals, 5%. Line item 48, Fortinet software. First column, 5%. Third column, support and warranties, 5%. Fourth column, software maintenance, 5%. Line item 49, Foxit software. First column, 5%. Third column, support and warranties, 5%. Fourth column, renewals and software maintenance, 5%. Line item 50, GTAC hardware. First column, 5%. Third column, support and warranties, 5%. Fourth column, renewals software, 5%. Line item 51, Google LLC software. First column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 52, Google LLC hardware. First column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 53, Granicus software. First column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 54, Griffin iPad cases. First column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 55, Halo software. First column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 56, Hewlett Packard hardware. First column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 57, Honeywell scanners. First column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 58, HP hardware. First column, landed cost, 5%. Third column, support and warranties, 5%. Fourth column, renewal software, maintenance, 5%. 59, HPE servers. First column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 60, HPE network server switches and network. First column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 61, HPE Aruba storage. First column above landed cost, 5%. Third column above landed cost support warranties, 5%. Fourth column renewals for software maintenance, 5%. 62, HPE Aruba switches. First column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line 63, Hubble hardware. First column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 64, Highland software. First column, 5%. Column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 65. Highland software support and maintenance. First column above landed cost, 5%. Third column percent above landed cost support and warranties, 5%. Fourth column renewals for software and maintenance, 5%. Line item 66, IBM hardware. First column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 67, IBM software. First column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 68, issue track software. Percent above landed cost, first column, 5%. Above landed cost support and warranties, 5%. Renewals for software and maintenance, 5%. 69, Avante software. First column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 70, Jabra hardware. First column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 71, job form software. First column, 5%. Third column, 5%. Fourth column, 5%. Line item 72, Kingston flash drives. Line item, I'm sorry, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 73, know before software and web-based licenses. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 74, LAN chat hardware. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 75, LAN sweeper software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item number 76, lead data, checkpoint support. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 77, Leviton hardware. Leviton hardware. Percent above landed cost, 5%, column 1. Percent above landed cost support and warranties, 5%. Renewals for software and maintenance, 5%. Line item 78, Lenovo hardware. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 79, Lenovo software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 80, Lenovo services. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 81, Libert hardware. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 82, Libert software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 83, Logitech hardware. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 84, Meraki hardware. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 85, Meraki software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 86, Microsoft accessories. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 87, Microsoft Azure. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 88, Microsoft equipment. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 89, Microsoft software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 90, Microsoft Surface accessories. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 91, Microsoft Surface tablets. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 92, Microsoft workstations and laptops. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item number 3, Mimcast software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 94, NEC software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 95, NetMotion software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 96, NetSmart software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 97, Nova Coast Novell ZenWorks software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 98, Nutanix software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 99, Ocularis enterprise camera software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 100, one identity. Password manager software maintenance. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. So give them 2 lines, going down to 103. If you need a minute to make sure that's safe.
Okay, tell me what it is though.
It is line item 103, OtterBox, memory monitors, drives, cases, covers, etc. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 104, Alto software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Item 105, Panasonic hardware. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 106, Panduit hardware. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line 107, Patchbox hardware. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line 108, PDQ software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 109, Platinum hardware. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 110, Pluralsight software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 111, Red Canary software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 112, Red Hat software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 113, Red Hat software maintenance and support. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Item 114, Writefax FOIP software maintenance. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 115, Samsara hardware. Line item or column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 116, Samsara software. Line item 116, Samsara software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 117, Samsung software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 118, Samsung hardware. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Item 119, SanDisk flash drives. Item 1, or excuse me, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 120, Schneider hardware. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 121, Schneider hardware maintenance and support. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 122, Sentinel One software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%.
Column 4, 5%. Line item 123, Sharp Electronics Hardware, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 124, Single Wire Software, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 125, Smart Deploy Software, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 126, Smart Rack Network Equipment, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 127, Sophos Hardware, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 128, Sophos Software, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Item 129, Splash Top Software, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Item 130, Splunk Cloud Software, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Item 131, Thinkus Canary Software, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Item 132, Toshiba Hardware, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Item 133, Trip Light Hardware, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 134, Tyler Tech Software, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 135, Vandis ForcePoint Web Security, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 136, Varionis Software, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 137, Verify Software, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 138, VM Software, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Item 139, VM Software Support and Maintenance, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 140, Veritiv Hardware, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Item 141, Veritiv Hardware Maintenance and Support, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 142, VMware Software, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. And column 4, 5%. Line 143, WASP Software, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 144, Western Digital Hardware, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 145, Xerox Hardware, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Item 146, Xerox Software, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 147. Link hardware. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Item 148, YubiKey hardware. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Item 149, YubiKey software and web-based licenses. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Item 150, ZAG iPad accessories. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Item 151, Zebra printers, scanner, and supplies. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Item 152, Zoho software. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Submission entries for Cambrian Corporation. So both columns 1 and 3, the above they crossed out discount MSRP and put percent above landed cost. So we have that on record.
I put it in.
Okay.
And then I'll go back.
Thank you very much. The next submission, Lead Data Technologies. Takes about a minute. Lead Data Technology, correct? There we go. Yes on the addendums. I do not see the notary stamp on here.
So which part?
Bidder certificate on sexual harassment. Okay, here we go. First line item that they come in at is line item 17, checkpoint security software. Column one, discount off of MSRP, 19%. First column, third column, supports and warranties, 27%. Third column, renewals for software and maintenance, 44%. Next entry is line item 76. That'll be lead data checkpoint support services. They only have an entry for column 1%. Discount off the MSRP is 49%. They have some additional lines, 154 through 158. That'll be,
You're gonna give me the numbers.
line item 155 will be lead data. So it must be your own checkpoint EBS renewals. And that's 44%. Line item 155 would be lead data checkpoint professional services, 19%. Line item 156 would be lead data checkpoint cloud product, 19%. Okay. Line item 157, lead data checkpoint hardware, 51%. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll verify.
That's right.
And then line item 158, lead data checkpoint direct support program, 27%. And that concludes the bid submission for lead data technology. Next entry is Mauler and Company, Inc. They only acknowledged addendum 1, addendum 2. Missing a corporate seal or the no seal stamp. Paperwork is in order. Have a separate file for their Bidder certification on sexual harassment, they have a separate file for it. Extract that one. And now. Okay. Submission entry. Line item 1. Acumed software, percent discount off the MSRP, column 1, 20%. Column 2, percent off Google management license MSRP, 20%. Line item 2, Adobe software, column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 3, APC hardware, column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 4, APC hardware maintenance support, column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 5, Apple, iPads, Macs, and other products, column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 6, Arista Networks hardware, column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 7, Arista Networks software, column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 8, AssetWorks software, column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 9, Barracuda hardware, switches, servers, routers, firewalls. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 10, Barracuda cloud software. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 11, Beyond Trust, remote and privileges. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 12, Black Box, network supplies. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 13, Brightly, mobile 311. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 14, Broadcom, VMware, software support and maintenance. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 15, Brother hardware. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 16, C2G, cables to go, cables, patch, cables, etc. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 17, checkpoint security software. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 18, Cisco Duo. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 19, Cisco hardware. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 20, Cisco software. Column 1, 26%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 21, Cisco switch DNA. Column 1, 26%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 22, Cisco SmartNet hardware maintenance. Column 1, 26%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 23, Content Keeper, web filtering hardware and software. Column 1, 26%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 24, Cradle Point Incorporated, hardware. Column 1, 26%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 25, Cradle Point Incorporated, software. Column 1, 26%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 26, Deep Net Hardware. Column 1, 26%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 27, Dell Hardware. Column 1, 26%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 28, Dell Laptops. Column 1, 26%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 29, Dell PCs. Column 1, 26%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 30, Dell Software and Maintenance. Column 1, 26%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 31, Dell Servers. Column 1, 26%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 32, Dell Storage. Column 1, 26%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 33, Dell Switches and Network Equipment. Column 1, 26%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 34, Dell Thin Clients WISE. Column 1, 26%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 35, Dell Wireless Network Devices. Column 1, 26%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 36, DocuSign Software. Column 1, 26%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 37, Eaton Hardware. Column 1. Yes, ma'am. So tiny.
Okay.
I can get, you can, and that was the DocuSign. It's DocuSign. Now we're Eaton Hardware, column 1, 26%, column 2, 20%. Line item 38, Eaton Hardware, Maintenance and Support, column 1, 26%, 2, 20%. Line item 39, Environmental Systems Research Institute, software, column 1, 20%, column 2, 20%. Line item 40, Epson America Hardware, column 1, 20%, column 2, 20%. Line item 41, Extra Hop Hardware, column 1, 20%, column 2, 20%. Line item 42, Extra Hop Software, column 1, 20%, column 2, 20%. Line item 43, Fat Pipe Hardware, column 1, 20%, column 2, 20%. Line item 44, Fat Pipe Maintenance, column 1, 20%, column 2, 20%. Line item 45, Fluke Networks Hardware, column 1, 20%, column 2, 20%. Line item 46, Fluke Network Supplies, column 1, 20%, column 2, 20%. Line item 47, Fortinet Hardware, column 1, 20%, column 2, 20%. Line item 48, Fortinet Software, column 1, 20%, column 2, 20%. Line item 49, Proxit Software, column 1, 20%, column 2, 20%. Line item 50, GTAC hardware, column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 51, Google LLC software. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 52, Google LLC hardware. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 53, Granicus software. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 54, Griffin iPad cases. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 55, Halo software. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Excuse me. Line item 56, Hewlett Packard hardware. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 57, Honeywell scanners. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. We're skipping all the way down to line item 96. The item should be NetSmart software.
Okay.
Okay. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 97, Nova Coast Novel ZenWorks software. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 98, Nutanix software. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 99, Ocularis enterprise camera software. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 100, One Identity password manager software maintenance. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 101, Oracle software. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 102, Oracle software support and maintenance. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 103, OtterBox memory monitors, drives, cases, covers, etc. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 104, Alto software. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 105, Panasonic hardware. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 106, Panduit hardware. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 107, Patchbox hardware. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 108, PDQ software. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 109, Platinum hardware. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 110, Oral Site software. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 111, Red Canary software. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 112, Red Hat software. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 113, Red Hat software maintenance and support. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 114, Right Facts, FOIP, software maintenance. Column 1, 20%. Column 2, 20%. Line item 115, Samsara hardware. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 25%. Line item 116, Samsara software. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 25%. Line item 117, Samsung software. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 25%. Line item 118, Samsung hardware. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 25%. Item 119, SanDisk flash drive. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 25%. Item 120, Schneider hardware. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 25%. Item 121, Schneider hardware maintenance and support. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 25%. Item 122, Sentinel One software. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 25%. Item 123, Sharp Electronics hardware. Column 1, 75%. Column 2, correction. Item 123, Sharp Electronics hardware. Column 1 is 25%, not 75%. Sorry about that. Column 2, 25%. Item 124, single wire software. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 25%. Item 125, smart deploy software. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 25%. Item 126, smart rack network equipment. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 25%. Item 127, Sophos hardware. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 25%. Item 128, Sophos software. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 25%. Item 129, Splashtop software. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 25%. Item 130, Splunk cloud software. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 25%. Item 131, Thinkist Canary software. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 25%. Item 132, Toshiba hardware. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 25%. Item 133, Trick Light hardware. Column 1, 25%. Column 2, 25%. Item 134, Tyler Tech software. Column 1, 23%. Column 2, 23%. Item 135, Vandus ForcePoint web security. Column 1, 23%. Column 2, 23%. Item 136, Varionis software. Column 1, 23%. Column 2, 23%. Item 137, Verify software. Column 1, 23%. Column 2, 23%. Item 138, Veeam software. Column 1, 23%. Column 2, 3%. Item 139, Veeam software support and maintenance. Column 1, 23%. Column 2, 20%. Item 140, Veritiv hardware. Column 1, 23%. Column 2, 23%. Item 141, Veritiv hardware maintenance and support. Column 1, 23%. Column 2, 23%. Item 142, VMware software. Column 1, 23%, column 2, 23%. Item 143, WASP software. Column 1, 23%, column 2, 23%. Item 144, Western Digital hardware. Column 1, 23%, column 2, 23%. Item 145, Xerox hardware. Column 1, 23%, column 2, 23%. Item 146, Xerox software. Column 1, 23%, column 2, 23%. Item 147, Gaylink hardware. Column 1, 23%, column 2, 23%. Item 158, YubiKey hardware. Column 1, 23%, column 2, 23%. Item 149, YubiKey software and web-based licenses. Column 1, 23%, column 2, 23%. Item 150, ZAG iPad accessories. Column 1, 23%, column 2, 23%. Item 151, Zebra printers, scanner, and supplies. Column 1, 23%, column 2, 23%. Item 152, Zoho software. Column 1, 23%, column 2, 23%. Item 153, Zoom software. Column 1, 23%, column 2, 23%. Column 1. Column 1 for the whole thing. Column 1. That concludes the bid submission for Mailer and Company Incorporated. The next bid submission is Quality and Assurance Technology. Recognize both addendum 1 and 2. Mention corporate seal or no seal. Anything else in there? There's no visible entries into the sheet. No entries. It's blank. All the lines are blank. So we'll have to come back to that one. You want to verify that for me, Karen, so I'm not going too fast. There's more sheets, it's like 6 pages. You need this. That's the only folder that I read that says bid documents, so no entries on that. The next bid submission is from RNSC Technologies. Right there.
Yeah, I told.
Oh, okay, yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Almost need a jumbotron for this one. They signed the addendum recognition sheet, but they didn't number it. Final corporate seal, no seal on that. First page, items 1 through 19, no entry. Items 20 through 38, no entry. Items 39 through 57, no entry. Line items 58 through 76, no entry. Line item 77 through 95, no entry. Line item 96 through 114, no entry. First, personal entry is line item 122, Sentinel-1 software. %. Under column 1, discount off MSRP, 50%. Should be line item or column 1.
Is it 50?
50%, yes, ma'am. No other entries. That concludes the bid submission for RNSC Technologies. Next bid submission is SHI International Corporation. They recommend both addendums.
Please excuse this brief pause while our computer is loading. Thank you.
All right. All the,
Documents are in order.
all the documents are in order, yes, ma'am. You sign, no seal. Yep. And we've got one more. to look at. And you have notary. All right. The documents for SHI. Starting with line item 1. Acumed software.
Column 1% discount for MSRP for product group. Column 1 will be the same all the way down. No bid for line item 1, Acumed software for the column 1. Column 2, which will be percent off Google Management license MSRP, no bid. Column 3, support and warranties, no bid. And column 4 will be renewals for software maintenance, no bid. Line item 2, Adobe software, column 1, 3%. Column 2, NA. Column 3, 3%. Column 3, 3%. Line item 3, APC hardware. Column 1, 7%. Column 3, 7%. No entries for the other two columns. Line item 4, APC hardware maintenance and support. Column 1, 7%. Column 3, 7%. Line item 5, Apple, iPads, Macs, and other products. Column 1, 1%. Column 3, 1%. Line item 6, Arista Networks, hardware. Column 1, 27%. Column 3, 27%. Line item 7, Arista Network software. Column 1, 26%. Column 3, 26%. Column 4, 26%. Line item 8, no bid for all 4 columns. Line item 9, Barracuda, hardware, switches, servers, routers, firewalls. Column 1, 4%. Column 3, 4%. Line item 10, Barracuda cloud software. Column 1, 1%. Column 3, 3%. Line item 11, Beyond Trust remote and privileges. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 3%. Column 4, 3%. Line item 12, Black Box network supplies. No bid, all 4 columns. Line item 13, Brightly mobile 311. No bid, all 4 columns. Line item 14, Broadcom, VMware, software support and maintenance. Column 1, 0%. Column 3, 0%. Column 4, 0%. Line item 15, Brother, hardware. Column 1, 10%. No entries for the other 3 columns. Line item 16, P2G, cables to go, cables, patch, cables, etc. Column 1, 25%. No entries for the other 3 columns. Line item 17, checkpoint security software. Column 1, 6%. Column 3, 6%. Column 4, 6%. Line item 18, Cisco, Duo. Column 1, 17%. Column 4, 17%. Line item 19, Cisco, hardware. Line item 1, excuse me. Line item 19, Cisco hardware, column 1, 38%. Nothing for the other 3 columns. Line item 20, Cisco software. Column 1, 17%. Column 4, 17%. Line item 21, Cisco switch DNA. Column 1, 38%. No entries for the other 3 columns. Line item 22, Cisco SmartNet hardware maintenance. Column 1, 4.5%. Column 4, 4.5%. Line item 23, Content Keeper, web filtering hardware and software. No bid. Line item 24, no bid. Line item 25, no bid. Line item 26, no bid. Line item 27, Dell hardware. Column 2, 15%. Line item 28, Dell laptops. Column 1, 17.5%.
Column 2, 15%. Column 3, 4.5%. Item 29, Dell PCs. Column 1, 17.5%. Column 2, 15%. Column 3, 4.5%. Line item 30, Dell software and maintenance. They have not applicable. Line item 31, Dell servers. Column 1, 19%. Column 3, 5%. Line item 32, Dell storage. Column 1, 19%. Column 3, 5%. Line item 33, no bids. Line item 34, Dell thin clients, WYSE. Column 1, 4.5%. Column 3, 4.5%. Line item 35, Dell wireless network devices, no bid. Line item 36, DocuSign software, no bid. Line item 37, Eaton hardware, column 1, 3%. Column 3, 3%. Line item 38, Eaton hardware and maintenance. Column 1, 3%. Column 3, 3%. Line item 39, Environmental Systems Research Institute software, no bid. Line item 40, Epson America hardware, no bid. Line item 41, Extra Hop hardware, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Line item 42, Extra Hop software, column 1, 20%. Column 3, 20%. Line item 43, Fat Pipe hardware, no bid. Line item 44, Fat Pipe maintenance, no bid. Line item 45, Fluke Networks hardware, no bid. Line item 46, Fluke Networks supplies, no bid. Line item 47, Fortinet hardware. Column 1, 37%. Column 3, 37%. Line item 48, Fortinet software. Column 1, 36%. Column 3, 36%. Line item 49, 36%. Oh, and I'm sorry, line item 48, Fortinet software. Column 1, 36%. Column 3, 36%. Column 4, 36%. Pushed it up before I had a chance to read it. Line item 49, Foxit software, no bid. Line item 50, GTAC hardware, no bid. Line item 51, Google LLC software. Column 1, 4.5%. Column 2, 15%. Column 3, 4.5%. Column 4, 4.5%. Line item 52, Google LLC hardware. Column 1, 4.5%. Column 2, 19%. Column 3, 4.5%. Line item 53, Granicus software, no bid. All columns. Line item 54, Griffin iPad cases, no bid. 4 columns. Line item 55, Halo software, no bid, all 4 columns. Line item 56, Hewlett Packard hardware, column 1, 28%. Column 2, 15%. Column 3, 10%. Line item 57, Honeywell scanners, no bid. Line item 58, HP hardware, column 1, 28%. Column 2, 15%. Column 3, 10%. Line item 59, HPE servers. Column 1, 26%. Column 3, 10%. Line item 60, HPE network servers, switches, and hardware, and network, excuse me. Column 1, 26%. Column 3, 10%. Line item 61, HPE Aruba storage. Column 1, 28%. Column 3, 10%. Line item 62, HPE Aruba switches. Column 1, 28%. Column 3, 10%. Line item 63, Hubble, no bid. Line item 64, Highland Software, no bid. Line item 65, Highland Software Support Maintenance, no bid. Line item 66, IBM Hardware, no bid. Line item 67, IBM Software, no bid. Line item 68, Issue Track Software, no bid. Line item 69, Avanti Software, no bid. Line
Hey,
item
Jason,
Ma'am,
you're getting close to 4:30.
Yes.
So I would just look at the ones that have a bid, like you did the others.
oh, okay. I can
So-
skip, but they do have a couple right in the middle, so I'm trying to line them out. We don't skip.
Yeah, I
Well,
would just go to those ones so you guys can finish up before 4:30.
Yes, ma'am. Will do. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Line item 72. Kingston, there's no bid until 72. So go ahead.
I can't see. That's why it was helpful. to
Oh,
know
okay.
where we were.
All right. So let's see here.
What did we stop on?
No bid. Looks like I think it was Jobber. Item 68, 68 actually. Issue Track Software, no bid. That's where we stopped.
So 69, 70, 71, 72?
Yeah.
What is it?
I'm gonna have to go across to see. I have to, right? 72 should be Kingston Software and Web-based license, right? Yes.
That, then
No,
which-
line 72 should be flash drives. I'm sorry.
Does it have,
Kingston.
one?
Go
Is there a thing that goes in there? Just read me the number. I'm gonna go.
Oh, 20%. Sorry about that. I didn't understand what you were asking. I apologize. All right. No bid, no bid.
So wait, you said 20% for column 1.
That's it. And
Okay.
that's all we have. Sorry. Now we're on line item 78, Lenovo hardware. Column 1, 4.5%. Column 2, 15%. Column 3, 4.5%. Column 4. Item 79, Lenovo software. 4.5%, column 1. Column 3, 4.5%. Column 4, 4.5%. Line item 80, Lenovo services, column 1, 4.5%. Column 3, 4.5%. Column 4, 4.5%. Line item 81, Liebert hardware. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Line item 82, Liebert software, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. Line item 83, Logitech hardware, column 1, 15%. Column 3, 4.5%. Line item 84, Meraki hardware, column 1, 38%. Column 3, 17%. Line item 85, Meraki software, column 1, 38%. Column 3, 17%. Column 4, 17%. Line item 86, Microsoft accessories, column 1, 4.5%. Column 3, 4.5%. Line 87. Line item 88. So we had 86, 87, 88. Microsoft equipment, column 1, 4.5%. Column 3, 4.5%. Column 4, 4.5%. 89, no bid. Line item 90, Microsoft Surface accessories, column 1, 4.5%. Column 3, 4.5%. Column 4, 4.5%. Line 91, Microsoft Surface tablets, column 1, 4.5%. Column 3, 4.5%. Line item 92, Microsoft Workstation and laptops, column 1, 4.5%. Column 3, 4.5%. Line item 93, Mimcast software, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%.
2, 3, skipping 4, going to line item 98. Nutanix software, column 1, 7%. Column 3, 7%. Column 4, 7%. We're skipping 5, going to line item 104, Alto software, column 1, 10%. Column 3, 2.5%. Column 4, 4.5%. Skipping 7, going down to line item 112, Red Hat software, column 1, 7%. Column 3, 4.5%. Column 4, 4.5%. Line item 113, Red Hat software maintenance and support, column 1, 7%. Column 3, 4.5%. Column 4, 4.5%. No bid on the next 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 lines. Line item 120, Schneider hardware, column 1, 7%. Column 3, 7%. Line item 121, Snyder hardware maintenance support, column 1, 7%. Column 3, 7%. Line item 122, Sentinel 1 software, column 1, 7%. Column 3, 3%. Column 4, 3%. Skipping 4 lines for no bids. We're down to item 127, Sophos hardware, column 1, 20%. Column 3, 5%. Line item 128, Sophos software, column 1, 20%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. 1, 2, 3, 4, going down to item 133. Triplite hardware, column 1, 3%. Column 3, 3%. Skipping 1, going to item 135. Vandus Force Point Web Security, column 1, 7.5%. Column 3, 7.5%. Column 4, 7.5%. Item 136. Varionis software, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Column 4, 5%. No bid on the next line. Item 138. Veeam software, column 1, 9%. Column 3, 1%. Column 4, 1%. Item 139, Veeam software support and maintenance, column 1, 9%. Column 3, 1%. Column 4, 1%. Item 140, Veritiv hardware, excuse me. Column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Item 141, Veritiv hardware maintenance and support, column 1, 5%. Column 3, 5%. Item 142, VMware software, column 1, 0%. Column 3, 0%. Column 4, 0%. Skipping 11 lines for no bids. Coming down to item 154, Verkada hardware, column 1, 17%. Column 3, 10%. Item 155, Verkada software, column 1, 17%. Column 3, 10%. Column 4, 10%. Item 156, Pure Storage hardware, column 1, 41%. Item 157, Pure Storage software, column 3, 9%. Column 4, 9%. Item 158, Rubric software, column 1, 15%. Column 3, 9%. Column 4, 4.5%. Item 159, Juniper hardware, column 1, 25%. Column 3, 25%. Item 160, Juniper software, column 1, 25%. Column 4, 25%.
Item 161, CrowdStrike software, column 1, 4.5%, column 4, 4.5%. I do believe the last 7 or 8 were add-ons, if I'm not mistaken.
So I apologize for that. Should I stop right there?
All right, that concludes the bid submission for SHI. One more. Vandus Incorporated.
Jason,
Ma'am,
are you guys not doing the add-ons?
they go at the bottom. We don't, to type it in, we'll have to type it in later. We got the amounts, but we can't, there's no way to type it in to see it. It's the Excel spreadsheet is so big that we have to keep scrolling back and forth to see, make sure the line items are matching.
Oh, do you know how to freeze panes?
I've never heard that before, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, continue what you're doing.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think you're gonna finish this bid tab in time.
Uh-huh.
You got
We
2
got-
more to go?
Nope, one.
Oh, okay. Sorry to
Let me see
interrupt.
Let me see how big it is. This is not what I want. There we go. They did recognize both addendums. All right, those ones. All right, Karen, you're gonna have to take a look at this again. Hold on. I don't see their submission form. You can go back through it, double check, make sure I didn't miss anything. If you want to exit out of it right there, and then try to double click into the form to see if it's, I missed something. Go down to here, or actually go to right there. There you go. And then that should pop it up, and that should download the bid, right? Okay.
Is that it?
That's only one form. Look at it. One more. Oh, here. What's the name of this company?
Vandus
Vandus.
Incorporated?
Vandus Incorporated does not appear to have a pricing sheet or a bid submission form. It's not attached to their bid documents. Let's see it anywhere. I'm just gonna double check every sheet real quick. I think that's not in there. One sheet. That's the checkpoint price list. That doesn't do me any good. Just verifying that there's nothing that, found it. Never mind, here it is. Sorry about that. A little delay. It's gonna go pretty quick. There's only a few, so here we go. Ready? All right, so Vandus Incorporated, bid submission, paperwork is in order. Line item is, the first line item is gonna be line item 8, asset work software. Column 1, discount of MSRP, 51%. Column 3 will be support and warranties, 36%. Column 4 will be renewals for software maintenance, 36%. Line item 9, Barracuda hardware switches, server, routers, firewalls. Column 1, 51%. Column 3, 36%. Column 4, 36%.
Skip 7 lines, Karen. They're blank. So we're going to line item 17, checkpoint security software, column 1, 54%. Column 3, 30%. Column 4, 30%. Now this is where it gets difficult because the next two sheets are like completely blank. So find line item 47, Fortinet hardware. You need to blow it up. We can line find 47 if you need to.
I don't know.
Yeah, just blow it up so we can just find the line real quick. There's only like 4 more line items that we have to enter, so this will just be really fast. There you go. All right, let's go for 47. Okay, 47. I know what this is a pain. Fortinet right there.
Oh.
Can't just go over click by
No.
click and won't do it, huh? Okay. So we can put line 47. I got you. Just go to the bottom. Line by line, we'll do it. And that's the last entry, so we just need to find that one. So line 47, which is Fortinet hardware, column 1 is 41%, column 3 is 25%, and column 4 is 25%. That concludes the bid submission for Vandus Incorporated. That's the last one that I have on my electronic bid submissions. That is it.
Jason,
I'm done. Yes, ma'am.
we can do an add-on. We can reschedule another bid opening for when we get back on Tuesday, and we can do the add-ons. We just have to notify all the vendors of when that's going to be.
Okay, if we need to do that, but that was the last one right there. So,
Yep.
okay, we can do that. So we just need to notify the bidders for the add-ons. We'll have to do a schedule a new meeting.
Yep. We'll do a second bid opening on when we get back on Tuesday.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. We can do that. Well, what do we do? Just put out a communication on BidNet, ma'am?
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. So I need to conclude this one though, correct?
Yes. Yeah, because we're out of time. It's 4:30.
All right. This concludes the bid opening for RFB 2706, network hardware and software by manufacturer. We will continue the
And
bid opening.
we'll be rescheduling another one to complete it.
We'll schedule a bid opening for early next week, Tuesday, hopefully, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So thank you and have a great day.